Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Murray Center for the last home game of the season, where your Rhode Island College Anchorwomen will take on the Keene State University Owls in a Little East Conference matchup. Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Giammarco alongside Nick Costa. We are live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. And Nick, how great it is to be back here in the Murray Center today.
Phenomenal, especially for me doing my first women's and men's basketball today on senior day. And this is awesome. This is a great day for Devin Hill, who's the only senior on the Anchorwoman team. And this will be phenomenal. We see a couple signs already out there, but even though with all the excitement, especially for Devin, you need to still come out and compete really hard against a Keene State team third in the conference. They really need to come out and play hard against these guys who are these women are a great team.
They absolutely are. Keene State 20-4 overall, 9-4 in Little East Conference play compared to Rhode Island College's 7-15 overall, 5-8 in conference play. Last time these two teams met, Alex Moore had 25 points and had 5 rebounds as the Anchorwomen lost 68-48 on January 16th at Keene State.
You can attest the Keene State 20-point win right there to how well they spread their offense out. Keene State, the last time they played Rhode Island College, had 6 players with 8 or more points. Rhode Island College just had Alex Moore and Devin Hill with that. And you need to defend that really hard. For the Anchorwoman tonight, it's really about paying attention to little things, especially players like Valerie Martin, who you can't let get to the hoop and you can't let her get bailed out. Especially, she's a very talented freshman. She's shooting 88% from the line, 40% from 3. But she doesn't shoot particularly well inside the arc, so when she attacks the hoop, players like that, you can't bail them out and give them opportunities to recover at the line. So today it's paying attention to little things like that. 3 players for the Owls in double-digit scoring average for the regular season this year. Just need to defend that scoring attack all around.
Absolutely. And, of course, the Anchorwomen coming off a big win here on Wednesday night at the Murray Center, 57-52 over Western Connecticut. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going forward, and Coach Senecal's had something drawn up in order to secure that win today.
This would be a great win for them against a tough competitor, especially going into the conference. They'll need this one.
Absolutely. And with that, we will take you courtside for the national anthem, tonight's starting lineups, and the pregame celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon and welcome to the Murray Center for this afternoon's game between the Keene State College Owls and your Rhode Island College Anchorwomen. At this time, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Senior Day, a day in which we honor the student athletes that will be graduating at the end of this year. Our lone senior hails from Danielson, Connecticut, and has grown from an early reserve in her career to the team's leading scorer and rebounder this season. She was a member of RIC's 2014 Little East Conference regular season and tournament championship teams that went on to compete in the NCAA championships. For her career, she's appeared in 68 games, starting 50 of them. She's scored 736 points, grabbed 366 rebounds, dished out 44 assists, recorded 73 steals, and registered 53 blocks. For her career, she's averaged 10.8 points and 5.4 rebounds. And on the season, she's leading the team in scoring, averaging 17 points per game, and rebounding, grabbing 7 per game. Joined by her family, ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Devin Hill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon's starting lineups. First for Keene State College Owls. At guard, 5 sophomore, number 3, Sandy Purcell. At guard, 5'6", senior number 2, Kelsey Cognetta. At forward, 5'10", junior number 14, Stephanie DePaulo. At forward, 5'11", junior number 22, Amanda McFadden. And at forward, 5'10", junior number 35, Sarah Comer. Head coach of Keene State, Keith Butcher. Starting 5, the Rhode Island College Anchorwomen. At guard, 5'5", sophomore, number 22, Rebecca Gonzalez. At guard, 5'7", junior number 10, Alex Moore. At guard, 5'4", junior number 22, Megan Real. At forward, 5'11", freshman number 20, Molly Phillips. And at forward, 6' senior number 21, Devin Hill. Head coach, Rhode Island College, Glenn Senecal.
So Nick, we'll see that familiar starting lineup of Moore, Real, Gonzalez, Phillips, and Hill on the floor for the Anchorwomen as Jessa Rivera is out with an injury. So they'll have to fill that in there. Alex Moore will be starting at point guard instead of her normal position, which is shooting guard.
Still need to move the ball as well as usual. They need to prevent themselves from shooting themselves in the foot by turning the ball over as much as they did, especially last time against Keene State, 24 turnovers. They forced 19 turnovers, but Keene State is just going to get out there and run the floor on them. So they need to make sure they're going to set the pace of this game right out of the gate. Even with the swap of position for Alex Moore, need to make sure that they get that offense set and going immediately.
And we'll see what Coach Senecal has drawn up for this team. And for Keene State, it'll be Cognetta, Purcell, D'Onofrio, Petro, and Kober. As we are getting ready to get things started here at the Murray Center. Thank you for joining us live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Giammarco alongside Nick Costa. It'll be Petro and Hill to take the tip off. And it looks like we'll have another tip, Nick. And we'll have another one.
3 times the charm. 3 times the charm.
As we'll now try to get things out underway.
Maybe. There we go.
And they'll let this one go as Keene State has the ball. Purcell moves right side. Brings it up to the top of the key to Kober. Kober passes left wing to Cognetta. Cognetta moving around the screen from Petro, who goes up for 2.
That was a great attack of the basket right there. Great way to roll off and just put that right in.
Gonzalez with the ball, being guarded by Purcell. Moves left side, passes it to Real. Real behind the three-point line, up the screen from Hill. Hill calls for it, gets the ball. Now drives in left side, passes it back out to Real. Real's got an open 3. It's no good, short off the rim. Gets her own rebound, however, and brings it back up top. Moore with the ball. Being guarded by D'Onofrio, takes the 3. And that is no good. Rebounded by Kober.
So far, Keene State really tough. Playing on the arc, they're playing up high.
Cognetta with the ball, passes it to Kober. Kober looking around for somebody, passes it up to Petro. And Petro looking for D'Onofrio, but gets it back to Purcell instead, who passes it down to Kober. Kober under pressure, shot no good. And a great save made there by D'Onofrio that leads to an open 3 that is no good by Purcell. And looks like Moore will come down with the rebound as she passes it all the way up to Gonzalez, who is barely able to hang on, but does come up with the ball. And Gonzalez looking for help and passes it down low. And it's taken away by Cognetta. It'll be out of bounds. Off of Megan Real, it'll stay Keene State ball.
Tough defense right out of the gate on both sides here. The Anchorwomen need to make sure they're defending inside the paint as strong as they are on the perimeter, but so far perimeter defense has been prime on both sides of the ball.
D'Onofrio passing it down low. And shot was no good, no foul called. Looked like quite a bit of contact from Petro. And Phillips brings up the ball and hands it back to Moore.
Player like Petro playing in the paint as much as she is, she's not going to get as many calls because she's initiating the contact a lot more than other players.
Hill with the ball, top of the key. Throws it out to the left wing where Gonzalez has it. Now Gonzalez finds Phillips, passes it back to Gonzalez, calls for a screen. Gonzalez, open jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hill. And they'll get a foul called. Looks like it's going to be over the back on Kober.
Hill put herself in great position there, knew exactly where the shot was going to roll off the rim. That's veteran play right there.
Moore to inbound, and she gets it into Hill in the corner, hands it back to Moore. Moore for 3, no good. Rebounded by Petro. D'Onofrio brings up the ball.
Tough shooting so far. The Anchorwomen are being forced to take weird angled shots.
As Purcell knocks down a 3.
Keene State setting themselves up exactly in the way that the Anchorwomen need to get to doing right now.
Moore with the ball. Right side beyond the three-point line, being guarded by D'Onofrio. Looking for Real, but passes other side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez now looking around behind the left wing, passes it to Phillips. Phillips, long 2 is no good. And great hustle play by Gonzalez, but a better one by D'Onofrio to secure the ball and calls a timeout.
So far, nowhere to go inside of the arc, really. You saw Megan Real was down low in the paint right there looking for a pass, but there really was no solid angle to get the ball to her in. So smart decision by Gonzalez not to let that go, but also really tough to watch the Anchorwomen not be able to get it on the block.
So just about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 5-0 Keene State lead.
Keene State doing exactly what we thought coming into this game that they would do, playing a variety of offense.
Right out of the gate.
Right. Getting the ball inside the paint as much as they are going to shoot it from the perimeter.
And no substitutions made. And Keene State will inbound. Cognetta will bring the ball up for Keene State. Cognetta right side, passes it off to Purcell. Purcell back to Cognetta, corner three, no good, rebound Moore. And Moore pushing it up the court, moving right side, passes the corner to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez brings it back up to the top and look for somebody, trying to look for Hill, passes it down to her. Hill moves around, passes it down to Phillips. And she is blocked. I believe that was Cognetta on the block. And Cognetta with the ball.
It's good to see Hill trying to create inside the paint there, but very tough right now. Very, very tough.
D'Onofrio passes it back to Petro, who gets it back to D'Onofrio. Shot is good.
The Anchorwomen are letting the Owls rotate way too much on these offensive possessions, and even though they're not on the fast break, when they're setting up, they're still moving as if it's almost a fast break. They're just playing such a fast-paced offense.
Early 7-0 game for Keene State. Real with the ball. Nice screen set by Hill. And Real looking for Moore, finds her. Moore behind the three-point line, left side. Tries to pass it down to Gonzalez, but it's tipped away, and D'Onofrio comes up with the ball. D'Onofrio moving left side. Nice little move. She's going to draw the foul and we'll get to the line.
It's exactly the idea behind a fast break right there, Mike. Especially at this level of basketball. You want to give yourself an opportunity to get to the line. You want to confuse that defense as much as you can. And that's what the Owls are doing right here. They're just confusing the Anchorwomen as much as they can.
D'Onofrio sets. Her first is up and is good. Makes it an 8-0 game. And she sets. Second is up and is no good. Front rim. Rebound comes down to Gonzalez and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Anchorwomen ball. Phillips inbound and Gonzalez with it. Gonzalez bringing the ball up the court. Tough defense being played by Purcell as she hands it off to Moore. Moore moving left side, now moves back right. And nice move, passes it to the corner. Phillips back to Gonzalez, tries to pass it down low to Hill. Tapped out of bounds, it'll stay Anchorwomen possession.
We keep mentioning it because it keeps coming up, but this Owls defense is so good and so tough and so fast-paced, also because the Owls have a great bench and they know they can expend energy early on.
And Gonzalez going to be called for a travel. Jenna Ayala will check into the game. She comes in for Phillips.
When you have that opportunity to use players' energy because you have so many other players on the bench, it creates an awesome and easy rotation for your entire team. That way nobody really has to worry about getting too tired because somebody else can come in and do your job, and that's what the Owls have right now.
Ball being moved around by Keene State. Cognetta with it. And we're going to get a whistle away from the ball. Palladino checks into the game. And Cobra inbounds to D'Onofrio. Passes it to Purcell, who takes the three. No good. And that'll be out of bounds. Anchorwomen ball.
The Anchorwomen are going to need to make sure they're playing really high up on Purcell. She's a high-volume, deep shooter. Shot 15 threes last time they played the Anchorwomen. Only made 5 of them, but that's still a good percentage. They need to make sure they get up on her like they have been.
Moore moves right side to Palladino behind the three-point line. And she drives in, tries to pass it down low to Gonzalez, but goes out of bounds.
Tough pass there, good idea, just a bad angle, not enough space down low for Gonzalez to get a good shot opportunity there.
Cognetta will bring it up for the Owls. 8-0 game, 4.5 to go first quarter. Purcell passes it back to D'Onofrio, back to Purcell, who drives in right side. And I believe she was trying to pass it to Cognetta as a great play was just made by Gonzalez, and also D'Onofrio. And Keene State comes up with the ball. Cobra passes it down low to Petro, who gets called for a travel.
Good call there. Many referees might not notice that shift in the feet right there, but that was a good call by the official.
Moore brings it up past half court. Looking for somebody and finds Hill. Hill driving in right side, passes out to Palladino. He thought about the three, now gets it back to Moore. Moore drives in left side. And an offensive foul is going to be called.
That was almost lucky for the Anchorwomen because initially they got away with Devin Hill almost having committed an offensive foul, but we see Alex Moore limping off to the bench right there. That's not good for the Anchorwomen.
That is
Hopefully
not good
she
at all.
recovers quickly, but the Anchorwomen got away with a call first right there, so that was good that for the Owls that they recovered and kind of got back at it. Tough for the Anchorwomen to let up on a situation where they got a nice no call and then just give it right back.
Amber
Not good.
DeCristofaro will check into the game, and Ryan Williams will check in for Keene State. As we have an early 8-0 lead for the Owls. 3:47 to go, first quarter.
I'm quick to judge officials normally, but right out of the gate, the first two calls we've seen, I like them. Not bad. We'll have to see how this progresses. Normally I'll be yelling at the officials' crew by the end of the game, so we'll see. We'll see. I like it so far.
Williams inbounds to Cognetta. Amber DeCristofaro checked in for Alex Moore at the break. And D'Onofrio passes it to the corner to Purcell and back up to Cognetta. Cognetta calling out a play. Nice screen set by Petro. Cognetta's got an open three. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds. And it'll stay Keene ball.
The Anchorwomen have a huge gap in their defense right now. They need to reset and restructure their defense because that was way too open of a shot
That
right
it was.
there.
D'Onofrio passes it out to Purcell, who gets it up to Williams. Back to Purcell. Purcell calling for the screen from Petro, who gets the ball. Goes up, no good. And we'll get another whistle.
Lucky miss there for the Anchorwomen. Petro had a great opportunity there, just took it too low underneath the hoop.
And foul was on Williams. And Anchorwomen with the ball. Gonzalez at the top of the key, drives in left side. Looking for somebody, gets it back to Hill, who thought about the three, now drives in right side and goes up for two.
Great attack finally by Hill. She hasn't had that space so far during the game, but she got it right there and she took advantage of it. That's what a veteran does, takes advantage of open space when it's there.
D'Onofrio drives in left side, got a wide open lane and goes up for two.
Speaking of veterans, D'Onofrio did exactly what Hill had the opportunity to just do.
Hill with the ball, takes a three. No good, in and out. D'Onofrio with the rebound. We'll have another foul. Foul's going to be on DeCristofaro.
Nice to see the Anchorwomen slow the game a little bit. Not by much, but every little bit helps. And we've been able to whittle a little bit back so far.
2.5 to go, first quarter. 10-2, Keene lead. D'Onofrio with the ball behind the three-point line. Passes to the corner to Purcell. And we're going to have a travel called.
Another good call there.
And like you said, a lot of times the officials will miss that step before the pass, that step before the shot.
Yeah, because it's just not something a lot of officials are really looking for, because in this game of posting up people, it's something that might naturally happen and doesn't usually look like a travel. It's just not obvious, but so far they've noticed it, and it's good that they're calling it.
Vital will check in for Cognetta, and Cobra will come back into the game for Petro. Palladino inbounds to Gonzalez, being guarded by Purcell. Moves right side, now brings it back left, drives in, now steps it back to Hill. Hill passes out to Palladino. And good defense by Vital, knocking the ball out. And Martin will check into the game for D'Onofrio.
Now, this is why I was mentioning earlier about how the Owls will have a constant rotation of quality players. It's really something to say when you have an 88% free throw shooter coming off your bench.
And an offensive foul is going to be called on Gonzalez.
Now that Williams is in the game for the Owls, the Anchorwomen need to make a very big point of getting out on the defensive block and boxing her out, because she is an offensive rebound animal. So they need to make sure that they're not letting her get position underneath.
Purcell's step back three is no good. And rebound comes down to Kober, and good play by Palladino to knock the ball loose. And hard foul is going to be called on Vital.
Amber getting right back up right there. That was a hard hit too by Vital.
That it was. Palladino to inbound. Finds Ayala. He passes down low to Hill. It's tipped away. Ayala comes up with it. Gonzalez to Hill. And Hill trying to go behind the back, but it's taken away by Vital. And she passes to Purcell. Drives in right side. Little floater is good.
Purcell's got some handles, I'll tell you that much.
If you're the Anchorwomen, you got to step up that defense, close those gaps.
Keene State's just been doing exactly what the Anchorwomen would want to do on defense. Haven't been letting anybody get to the hoop. You can't do that if you're the Anchorwomen right now. During this timeout, you need to make a big point of defending the block and defending those perimeter shots, especially now. Even though they haven't been hot, the Owls haven't been shooting that well. If you give Purcell a chance to take too many, she'll just heat up, and then she'll start draining them. You can't let that happen.
A minute 19 to go first quarter, 12-2 the score. Very low scoring game so far.
Ideally, low scoring is probably what the Anchorwomen would want.
Absolutely.
I don't think they'd want 2 points, but low scoring and slow pace is kind of exactly what they need to make it happen today.
And you know, we have seen time and time again this Anchorwomen team start off slow and then hit a hot streak. But you got to play that full 40 minutes of basketball. You can't just play 35 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to play that full 40 minutes.
It's about learning the other team. Right now, Devin Hill's got to learn from what's been going on defense against her. She's been being defended toughly. She's got to learn how to get around these defenders right now.
Gonzalez needs help, finds Hill. Hill drives in right side. She'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Exactly what I was talking about. She keeps finding that space. When the space is there, she's able to take the opportunity. Luckily, the help defender from the corner didn't come down too far from the Owls right there. Otherwise, there could have been an opportunity for a block.
So Hill will be at the line. And she sets. Her first is up and is good. Cuts the lead back to single digits. 12-3, 9-point lead for Keene State. Second is up and is no good, front rimmed. And Martin comes up with the rebound. Vital with the ball. She's got it at the top of the key, looks for Martin, finds her left side. Martin passes it back to Williams, and gets it back to Vital. Right side beyond the three-point line to McFadden. McFadden had an open three, passes it up, now gets it to the corner to Martin, passes down low, Kober. Could be called for travel.
Good defense inside there. That's where it has to go.
Petro back into the game for Williams. 46 seconds to go. First quarter. Gonzalez finds Ayala. He passes to Cristofaro. Cristofaro, left wing. Off the screen from Hill. Passes out to Gonzalez. Thought about the three. Now gets it back to Hill. Steps back and gets it to Palladino. Foul's going to be called on Petro, I believe.
That was a missed opportunity they had there on the roll-off with Hill on the left side. She had a wide open three. She had about 7 or 8 feet between her and the defender.
Foul is actually on Martin. So Hill will be at the line again. First is up and is good as both teams are in the bonus, so off any foul, other team will go to the free throw line.
This is good, especially for the Anchorwomen who haven't found their stroke yet. Right now you get to the line, learn your shot again.
And she makes them both. 12-5 the score. Vital with the ball. Shot clocks have been turned off. Vital up to McFadden and gives it to Martin. Martin back to McFadden, who almost loses the ball. Goes baseline up, passes it back out to Martin. Martin back to Vital. 3 seconds, she's gonna have to take the shot. She does, it's no good, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Your score, Keene State Owls 12, Rhode Island College Anchorwomen 5. And Nick, what can you take away from this first quarter?
Well, I can take away that the Anchorwomen didn't do for about 9 minutes and 50 seconds what they wanted to do, but that last defensive possession right there, that was phenomenal defense by the Anchorwomen. They have to take that mindset and that gameplay into this next quarter and play exactly like that. It's got to be tough. It's got to be gritty, hard-nosed. That's what they have to do, because Keene State is just going to take advantage of them every chance they can, and they've done it so far. Even though they haven't been high-scoring, they've been taking advantage of every loophole that the Anchorwomen have been giving them. So they need to just get out there and play really hard. That's all it comes down to. They can't be having these lazy defensive possessions.
And it is somehow only a 7-point lead, 12-5 going into the second quarter.
It is shocking, honestly. It's very shocking, but take what they give you, right? That's what they say in life. Take
Absolutely.
what they give you. So they give you a single-digit opportunity, take it and run with it. You can come easily back right now. No issue for the Anchorwomen to come back.
Of course, we saw Alex Moore limping off on the last play she was in. Hopefully everything is all right with her. She's a very valuable asset to this team.
That's basically your scoring attack right there, Devin Hill and Alex Moore. So it's tough to lose half of that. And that's why you've seen the defense collapse so much on Devin Hill, because they know right now she's really the only offensive star on the floor. Alex Moore is coming back out, though, so we'll have to see. Hopefully she's okay.
It'll be that starting lineup on the floor for the Anchorwomen. And we'll also have the starting lineup out for Keene State. And Real will inbound. As we're about ready to get underway here. And here we are, Hill with the ball. Deep beyond the three-point line, right side. Hill, nice
Good
little
juke.
crossover move, but ball knocked away and taken away by Keene State. Cognetta passes up to Dinolfo. It's got an open jumper, no good. Rebounded by Gonzalez somehow. And she will bring the ball up. Gonzalez looking around. Hands it off to Real. Real takes a deep three, no good. Rebound tracked down by Moore, good hustle play.
Not a bad shot take right there, especially if if they're going to give you that and you feel confident in it right now. You just got to take confident shots.
Hill passes up the open three, now drives in right side, no good. Rebound Kober.
Hill's going to need to mix it up. She's going to need to attack down the middle on the left side right now. It's too easy. She's giving away her own playbook, basically, by going to the right.
No good for three. And Moore looking for somebody. Finds Hill. He's got an open three. No good. And Kober comes up with the rebound. And Cognetta will bring it up. Kober with the ball. Top of the key. Passes left side to Dinolfo. Dinolfo being guarded by Real. As we see that 2-3 defense now from the Anchorwomen. Dinolfo drives baseline, now passes it down low. Shot is no good from Petro. And Phillips comes up with the rebound.
Unfortunately, what that defensive possession showed right there is that not a lot of the Anchorwomen are crashing the boards. We need to change that.
And the foul's going to be called before the shot. Could be an arguable call.
Good mindset and good idea, though, by Gonzalez right there to just attack the hoop when they gave him the space. Because Keene State has not let that happen too much. Wherever they're going to give it to you, take that opportunity.
As we got some problem with the officiating right now.
First problem, so let's hope this doesn't become a thing.
De Cristofaro comes into the game for Gonzalez. And not exactly sure what the problem is over here. 9 times out of 10 this season it would have to do with the scoreboard. And it does have to do with the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
8 minutes and 8 seconds will be put on the clock. Moore to inbound, gets it to De Cristofaro, who drives in, passes it back to Moore. Moore now moving in left side, passes it out to Real, gets it to De Cristofaro, and back out to Real. Real brings it back up Passes other side to Hill, who passes up the three. Now brings it back up to the top of the key. Drives right side, passes it back to Phillips, who gets it back to Moore. Moore beyond the three-point line, passes to Hill. Hill turn around, back to Real. Real takes a three. It's no good, well short. Rebound Phillips, who gets it to the Cristofaro for two.
Good job there, putting yourself in position for the Anchorwomen. Great job. You can see how fast this defense from the Owls is going to come at you. They're crashing triple team at a time and then still finding their way out to the open players.
Cognetta to Purcell for three. No good, in and out. She's got that nice high arcing shot.
Not letting her heat up though right now.
Moore drives in, through pressure. Offensive foul's gonna be called.
Good call right there.
As it did look like Purcell was set up outside of that circle.
Yep.
Coach Senecal does not agree, but from here it did look like it.
Yeah. You want to be mad at the officials when they call it against your own team, but a good call is a good call.
Pedro passes to Dinolfo and back up to the top of the key. To Cognetta, back to Dinolfo, left side, all the way over to Purcell, right wing, up to the top of the key. To Cognetta, who passes it to Kober, who's got Petro open down low. And they're gonna call a foul on Phillips.
Petro didn't even leave the ground for that shot. That's how confident she was that no one was gonna crash the defender.
And I'll tell you what, that was a good block by Phillips.
That was.
Very good, clean block.
It's the first swinging call we've seen today. Or it could go either way, but that one was not a good call.
No, it was not. Petro makes her first. Palladino checks into the game for more. Second is up and is good. Hill inbounds to the Cristofaro. The Cristofaro working left side. Finds Hill. Hill thought about the three, now passes up to Palladino. Tries to pass down low to Phillips, and it'll stay Anchorwomen ball. It'll be Palladino to inbound. De Cristofaro drives baseline, now passes it back out to Real, who gets it to Hill. Hill taking the shot, no good. Rebound Kober.
That was a good double fake right there by Hill. Had a good shot.
Cognetta takes a three, no good, way off. Gets her own rebound, goes up and draws the foul. Almost looked like it was planned that way.
Yeah, almost looked like she wanted to throw it off the backboard, get right back in. The way Keene State's playing, if they've learned anything from their last matchup with the Anchorwomen, it's that the Anchorwomen are not really getting out on the defensive boards against them.
First
They're going to be able to
good.
crash their own rebounds, and that's what they've done so far. It's unfortunate that the Anchorwomen just haven't picked up on
out.
that. Yeah.
Second is up and is also no good. So good foul in the long run for the Anchorwomen. Cristofaro with the ball. Deep beyond the three-point line. Finds Hill. Hill moving around. Passes up to Real. Real through pressure for two.
Good job by Real, getting right down that middle. That seems to be the biggest hole in the defense for the Owls right now. So great job by Real to attack it after Gonzalez had done the same earlier.
Dinolfo passes up to the top of the key to Cognetta, who gets it to Kober. Kober up for two. She could have gotten away with a little bit of an elbow. They're going to call it, should call it both ways. The Cristofaro, top of the key, beyond the three-point line. Nice screen set by Phillips. The Cristofaro, no good. And Purcell off to the races. Cognetta back to Purcell. Back to Cognetta. Over to Dinolfo, left side, beyond the three-point line. And ball being moved around. Cognetta for three. Got it. So that was Purcell.
Purcell
knocked down the three.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what you didn't want. You didn't want Purcell to finally hit that three, but she got it. Hopefully she doesn't heat up too much now.
Hill in the corner, brings it back up and drives in and passes out to Palladino. Gets it up to Real for three. No good, front rim. And with an obstructed view, did not see what the call was.
Me neither. I did see a couple missed opportunities to get the ball inside the paint right
Absolutely.
there. Still not a bad shot, but you want to make the best decision you can, especially down right now.
Palladino passes it right to Purcell, who read the pass perfectly. And he goes up, no good. Rebound Petro, and a foul's going to be called.
Good job of not fouling Purcell on the first attempt, but can't let yourself get behind the ball and have to recover like that and then foul Petro on the putback. Like to see some offensive rebound numbers right about now, Mike.
It would be nice. First is up and no good from Petro.
I'm only imagining them right now, how bad they are.
Second is up and also no good. Rebound Dumont. Now to Cristofaro with it. Goes left side, passes it out to Palladino, deep beyond the three-point line, now drives in. And she throws it away. I think she was looking for a call that wasn't there.
Yeah, Palladino's had 2 passes so far this game that have gone a little too far on the baseline side, and just, you need to either kick it back out of the three-point line or just make a better decision with it.
D'Onofrio, top of the key to Vital. Foul's going to be called onto Cristofaro. And she knows it. Cristofaro already with 3 fouls.
Just 4 minutes left in the half.
First is up and good from Vital. Gonzalez back into the game.
That's not something you can do if you're the Anchorwoman. You can't shorthand yourself already on the bench and not allow yourself to be able to rotate as much as the Owls can. The Owls haven't even had to use their bench as much as they normally do.
Gonzalez finds Hill. Hill thought about the deep 3. Decides not to take it, now drives in left side. Gonna be a foul before the shot.
Even though she didn't get fouled on the shot and didn't make the layup, it was a great job of going to the left side, altering what she's been doing all game long. Finally, the Owls will be able to have something else that they have to defend, and now Hill will have some options when she goes to the hoop.
Hill passes to Palladino, left wing, down low. And another foul is going to be called. Williams will check back into the game for Petro.
This is the time if you're the Anchorwoman. A lot of fouls getting called on Keene State. You want to capitalize on that frustration that's coming from that.
Gonzalez passes down low to Ayala. Ayala sizes up, no good. Rebound comes down to Williams. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Anchorwomen ball.
Ayala missed that shot because she brought the ball down too low on that shot. She brought it all the way to her waist. It got caught up. She didn't really have a handle of it when she went up with it.
Gonzalez fakes the 3, now drives baseline. Loses it out of bounds, but went off of Keene State.
Anchorwoman getting a little rest almost here, even though they've had the ball. A lot of stoppage of play.
Hill fakes the shot, now gets it to Dumont for 3. A little off. Koba with the rebound. Now Vital with it. Back to D'Onofrio with it. Passes all the way over to the other side to McFadden and up to Vital. Williams with it in the paint. Now passes it up to the top of the key. Vital, long 3 is no good. It's going to be off Hill, out of bounds. Three minutes, 8 seconds to go in the half. 21-9 the score. D'Onofrio passes to the corner. McFadden for 3. Got it.
Not good at all for the Anchorwoman. You were hoping that when they had the ball on the other side of the floor that was their time to capitalize. Not good.
Hill for 3. No good. Well short. Dumont tracks it down.
And you see
Ayala to Palladino.
You see these three-point opportunities that the Anchorwomen are taking. They're rushed. They're not able to get set and have an opportunity to take a solid shot. Even though it might appear that they're open, the Owls defense is just rushing them. It's football style right here. It's almost like a blitz on the three-point line.
Palladino to inbound. And passes it down to Gonzalez, who goes up for 2.
Great pass by Palladino. Hopefully she puts that one in her mind and goes, I'm going to make more like that.
Vital to Dinolfo. Dinolfo moving in and passes to Kober.
Another good
Travel's
call.
gonna be called.
Another good call there. That's an interesting call that they have in college basketball. I think maybe it needs to be discussed a little bit more because a lot of people do that now at all levels of basketball, that one step, and it stops the game a lot. I almost feel like it should be allowed, but by the books, it's a travel, so when the officials call it, I like it.
And Hill looking for a foul. There was plenty of contact, nothing called. Dinolfo back to Vital for 3. Got it.
The Anchorwomen let the Owls take way too many shots early in the game, and now they're heating up.
Anchorwomen just look completely disillusioned and confused out there.
Yeah, confused is exactly the word. When it comes to defense, you need to confuse the defense because that swaps everything around for you and gives you open shots, great opportunities.
Hill up for 2.
Good shot by Hill. She looks really defeated after that shot, though. She should be happy because in a low-scoring game like this, every point is a big point for them.
Absolutely. Vital passes left side to Dinolfo and down baseline to Williams. His shot's no good. Air mails it over the hoop. And Gonzalez brings it up. Gonzalez driving right side. May have gotten away with a little walk. Doesn't matter anyways.
Good no call both ways. No foul, no travel.
Dinolfo passes out. McPadden down to Williams and up to Vital. Vital passes to Dinolfo, who brings it inside the three-point line left side. Out to Williams. Passes to the corner. McPadden for 3. Got it.
And think of this run now that the Owls are on. No Cognetta, no Purcell in the game. Exactly what I was talking about, the bench. It's all about that bench, how well you use it. They're using it fantastic right now. Marin was even going to come in, and they sent her back to the bench.
Palladino passes to the corner to Dumont. Dumont looking around, passes all the way other side, and it's picked off by McPadden. She's going to be called for travel as she goes down.
Hopefully the Anchorwoman learned a little bit from that right there, and they'll be able to make a better play because that was a horrible pass.
18.9 seconds to go in the half. Anchorwomen can hold for last shot if they desire to do so.
Hill's probably looking for a roll-off shot here. She'll get it.
And she does, and knocks it down for 3.
Finally, that's good to go into the half with that under Hill's belt. She'll need that.
And that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score, Keene State Owls 30, Rhode Island College Anchorwomen 16. We'll see you for the second half. Welcome back to the Murray Center, ladies and gentlemen, where Keene State University has a 30-16 lead for your Rhode Island College Anchorwomen. Mike Giammarco alongside Nick Costa. Nick, after that rough first half, what do you think Coach Senecal's got to do in order for his team to secure this victory and move on right before the Little East Conference tournament?
Well, first off, hopefully he told this team that they need to be boxing out a lot more on defense. They need to be playing much better on inside on the block. They need to create better opportunities, especially on offense inside the block. Even though they've been attacking the hoop, the Keene State defense has been collapsing on the Anchorwomen real well and just been getting the ball out of their hands or just totally stopping them from being able to get to the rim. Really, I think you can throw it up to great offense and great defense, just all around great play by the Owls today, and the Anchorwomen just need to pick up the intensity. Same way the Owls have been playing. The Owls have been playing with a high level of energy all game long, basically because of that bench, how many people they can throw out there. The Anchorwomen need to go head-to-head at that high energy pace with them.
Absolutely.
If they can't slow down the Owls, they need to play at their speed. That's going to be how it's going to be, you know?
And good to see Alex Moore back on the floor to start the second half, as she's obviously had limited minutes today. It'll be Keene ball to start the half, which is strange as they won the tip-off.
Might be a possession arrow.
So it'll
I guess
be
now I
Cognetta
should have
with the
paid
ball.
attention a little bit more so I could yell at the officials at least once.
Still got another game to come. Of course, if you're listening live, we got a doubleheader today, as shots no good from D'Onofrio. Petro comes up with the rebound. It goes off at D'Onofrio, out of bounds. Doubleheader tip-off will be around 3 o'clock respectively. Your Rhode Island College Anchormen will take on the Keene State Owls, and what should be another great contest here at the Murray Center. Gonzalez drives all the way in, gets the ball stripped. It'll be a jump ball.
Good defense by Purcell. Just put 2 hands on it, grab it as hard as you can without grabbing any wrist or fingers.
Moore will inbound, and she throws it up to Reel, who gets it to Hill. Hill drives in, up off the glass for 2.
Good job by Devin Hill right there to just keep the ball going inside the paint. As much as she can get that shot, she's got to take it.
And Hill's got 12 of Rick's 18. D'Onofrio, top of the key, looking around, trying to find Purcell, but gets it to Cognetta, left side. Good screen set by Kober as Cognetta has the ball and passes it back to Petro, who gets it to D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio drives in, right side. Steps back under pressure, shot no good. Rebound, Petro. And Reel comes up with the ball. Hill for 3, no good. Rebound, Kober. And good effort by Phillips. Cognetta now with the ball. She holds it near the top of the key and now hands it off to Kober, who gets it back to Cognetta. Cognetta passes to D'Onofrio near the free throw line and gets it back to Cognetta. Cognetta steps back now, hands the pass off to Purcell. 3 is good.
Purcell's got it going now. The Anchorwomen weren't giving them anything, weren't letting them get inside, weren't even really letting them cross court. Purcell just launched that up. It's great shooting.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's her 3rd 3 today.
That is.
As Moore throws it away, pass intended for Reel, but picked off by Cognetta.
Albeit she's had her fair share of misses, but she's made plenty.
Kober up for 2.
Too easy of a shot right there. Kober didn't even really need to finesse down there to get past.
Gonzalez. Top of the key, moves right side. Inside the 3-point line now. And looking for help. Finds Moore. Moore stops in traffic, shot well short. Kober saves it from going out of bounds. And D'Onofrio will bring it up. D'Onofrio taking it herself, and good block by Hill.
The previous possession when Gonzalez attacked the paint, when you saw Gober and Petro just there, it's scary for Gonzalez. She had to cut it off even though she had a lane to the hoop because she knows those two are going to crash and defend her. It's going to be tough to even put up a shot once you get down there against them.
Purcell with the ball, top of the key. Tries to find an opening, now does. Takes it, knocks it
hot.
down.
She's hot. Unfortunately for the Anchorwoman, she's red hot right now. She's owl hot. Red jerseys, man, you gotta make it work where it works.
Now the question is, why did Hill step off of her there?
I think Hill's tired, honestly. If you're watching the way Hill has played earlier, remember when she hit her first basket, her first 2-point field goal, she looked real defeated after it.
She
I
did.
know it had been a while to get that shot, but you know, you gotta look upbeat, you gotta play with intensity, especially today, it's your senior day. You know, put it all out on the floor. Especially, you want to get a win here. And even though they're down by 20, I mean, you just want to compete, especially when you're about to go into the Little East Conference tournament. You really want to have a good game. You can't go into the tournament having this game be the last thing you've seen on the court against an opponent.
Right. What Hill does there, Purcell has it. She just steps back and gives Purcell the wide open look, and she's going to knock that down as we've seen.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing this 1-3-1 defense from Keene State. Gonzalez drives in and tries to pass it back to Moore and does. And Ayala, as Moore knocks it down, was wide open down low.
Yeah. Moore's been taking a lot of threes, whether they've been good attempts or not. But right there, nice to see her knock it down.
Pass down low. Petro steps back.
Too easy again.
Off the
Devlin's
glass.
is backing off. Can't be doing that.
Hill with no fouls. It's that time where you gotta start making them earn them from the line.
Yeah.
Moore.
And
Foul's gonna be called, I believe, on Martin.
you can tell Senegal has prepared for that because, well, the Owls have prepared for that. And Senegal's got to prepare for that because they put all the good free throw shooters out on the floor now for the Owls. So they know that that's probably coming from the Anchorwomen pretty soon.
Gonzalez with the ball. Passes to Real. Real almost loses it. Hands it off to Moore. Moore beyond the three-point line. Brings it around right side, drives in, steps back, takes the shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Purcell off of Cognetta, who's able to secure it. Nice little around the back move.
Unfortunately, a really well-defended shot right there that Moore took. She'll have to swing the ball a lot more.
Martin with it. Top of the key, finds Cognetta. Cognetta being guarded by Gonzalez off of the pick. I believe that was Kober who went up for
Yes, it
two.
was.
And just a basic pick and roll play.
They're going to start to look like Moses Malone's out there. They're just going to start putting up shot after shot. The Anchorwomen need to do something about it now. Better late than never.
Real drives in off the board for two.
Good attack on the left side. What the Anchorwomen haven't been able to pick up on, and that the Owls are really leaving the left block on defense susceptible.
They are.
So you got to take advantage of it.
Martin with the ball, deep beyond the three-point line. Finds Cognetta, top of the key. Drives in, now passes it to the corner. Purcell,
Thank God.
three, no good that time. Rebound, Petro gets it to Kober. Almost does go in through traffic, but it does not. Petro comes up with the rebound. Wide open three for Cognetta is no good.
Lucky for the Anchorwomen right there to come out unscathed.
Moore passes to Gonzalez, open for three in the corner, way off.
Another rush shot from the three-point line. The Owls again right back out there from the paint and just getting up in their grills.
Cognetta with the ball. Passes to Martin. And Martin looks,
Tough
I believe for
pass.
Purcell, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
To Cristofaro into the game for a Real. De Cristofaro will inbound. And Gonzalez will control this Rhode Island College offense as she has done much of the day. Travel's going to be called. Rightfully so.
Yep. Fortunately, you can't just go over without having to put the ball on the floor right there.
McPadden will come in.
The Anchorwomen are too easily letting these calls defeat them.
They are. You can tell they're shaken up.
Yeah.
And that's when you expose the weakness. McPadden passes to Martin. Martin drives in. Foul's going to be called on Ayala.
Another one right there on the wrist there.
Martin will go to the line.
And this is what I was talking about here. Martin's not that great of a scorer inside of the three-point arc, so you can't let her get to the line and have these easy free throws.
She knocks down her first. Palladino into the game for Gonzalez.
Good to see a little bit more rotation from the Anchorwomen. Hopefully Palladino can bring some energy into the game for them.
Second is up and good. And to Cristofaro with it. Hands it off to Moore. Passes to Palladino, right side. Palladino to Hill. Hill drives in. No good.
Good attack, just didn't get the ball up there high enough.
Cognetta passes to the corner. Martin for three. Way off.
Really bad shot right there. Hit off the top of the backboard. Finally, the Anchorwomen rushing a shot from the Owls.
McPadden passes it back to Cognetta. Cognetta's got it. Top of the key, moves right side and hands it off to McPadden. McPadden up to Martin. Martin drives in, looking for the pass to Cobra. Passes it out of bounds.
Finally, some good defensive rotation right there from the Anchorwoman. Not letting that pass go in too easy, actually at all.
To Cristofaro. Passes to Palladino. Palladino. Foul's going to be called on McPadden. 2:52 to go, third quarter. 44-23, Keene State lead. To Cristofaro with the ball. Now Palladino tries to pass down low to Ayala, but passes it right to Kober. Martin driving in. She stops and passes it out to McPadden. Gets it back to Martin in the corner. Martin looking for somebody, finds Cognetta. And Cognetta's got the ball near half court. Cognetta moving right side with it. Passes it out to McPadden. Now she drives in. Going to be called for travel.
Good call, especially for the Anchorwoman, since you saw Cognetta hit that shot right there after the whistle, of course.
And to Cristofaro will bring it up. Calling out a play near center court. Passes to Hill in the corner. Hill brings it back up. Now drives left side. Foul's going to be away from the ball.
Hill's going to let that ball go into the palm of her hand. She looked really uncomfortable putting the ball down with her left hand right there. It's not good, especially you want to see a star attacking the hoop with confidence, especially now, down by 21.
Hill with the ball. Passes it up to Ayala, who fakes the three. It's going to stay Anchorwomen ball as it goes out of bounds. Purcell will come back into the game for McPadden. And to Cristofaro with it, passes it to Moore for three. No good. Rebounded by Kober, and Vital pushes it up the court.
Unfortunately, Purcell wide open that whole play.
And three is no good from Purcell as Moore tracks down the rebound and takes a deep three, no good. Rebound tapped down to Vital.
Have to let your teammates get back, especially on a play like that where it's not one of those spots where you really have an open shot.
Vital knocks down a wide open three off of the defensive miscommunication.
Good teams take opportunities when they're given to them.
That they do.
You know, great players are able to pick up on moments where there's space and tendencies that might not help a player on defense, whatever it may be, but the Owls are just doing that all around. Every one of their cast members, as I'm going to call them today, because they're a full-on cast right there.
Gonzalez, left side now moves it back right to Real. They just checked into the game. Hill, right side. Loses the ball, looking for a call. That'll be a jump ball.
Another one of those attacks of the hoop. That time was with a dominant hand and not really going with a lot of confidence.
It'll be Keene ball. Williams will inbound. And Vital with it. Pass to Williams. Williams along the left wing to Vital. Passes down low to Martin. Says she's out of bounds. The Anchorwomen ball.
Well, the bright side is the Anchorwomen have been playing really good defense on the left side of the basket this entire game pretty much.
Moore with the ball. Moves left side. And Hill, good job keeping it in bounds. Very close to being out of bounds there. And Martin comes up with the ball off of the bad pass from Hill. A nice little move up for 2.
Yeah. Good job by Moore not to bail her out, but also even a better job by Martin to just let her go by her. Play a good fast break offense.
Hill loses the ball again. And looking for a call again was Hill, but there was really nothing to call.
Up by 26 points, and the Anchorwomen are getting 10 times out hustled by the Owls here. The Owls still want it. They're playing like they're down by 20.
0.3 of a second to go in the quarter. That'll be the end. 49-23 the score after 3. And there's not much to say, Nick.
Yeah. You only got 10 minutes to come back from 26 points down. Possible, but I think at this point you realistically have to just play as hard as you can right now. You have to train yourself to play like you're going to play in the tournament right now.
Absolutely.
Because this is your last practice run against real competition.
And it's time to just cut that lead, maybe cut it in half.
Anything you
Call
can
it a
do,
day.
you got to whittle away at it. 'Cause
Absolutely.
The entire game they've spent just being pushed further and further down into the dirt, basically. And can't let that keep happening to you, especially now. You have to put some life in you. Get some Gatorade over there by the bench, hop back on, and play better than they've been playing the rest of the game, that's for sure.
Devin Hill with 12. Megan Reel with 4. Alex Moore with 3. Rebecca Gonzalez with 2. It was on the floor for the Anchorwomen, and Amber DeCristofaro also with 2 in the game.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised that Keene State is not on top of the Little East Conference right now. This is a phenomenal team.
That they are. They are second just to Eastern Connecticut State University, which the Anchorwomen did beat here at home by a score of 57-51.
You can tell that the Owls still want those offensive rebounds. They put Williams back in the game right there. So
Moore passes it out to Gonzalez, who gets it to Hill. Hill drives in and passes it back out, and it's taken away momentarily by Keene State, but Gonzalez tracks it down. Moore tries to pass it down to Hill. Foul's going to be called, which will bail them out of the shot clock violation.
good call there. A lot of hands tangling up and
Plenty of contact.
for sure. It's interesting that they have Williams on Hill. Hill's not been having that great of a game, and they still want a real tough defender on her. So
And they're
definitely
gonna
not
call,
letting up.
they're going to call the 5-second violation.
I wasn't counting, but that seemed about a half-second premature to me.
That it did.
Yeah.
Vital passes to Williams. Williams back to Vital, left side behind the three-point line. Steps back, passes to Cobra. Vital passes back down to Cobra off the pick and roll, and Moore comes up with the ball. And Gonzalez able to keep it in play.
Good job
Rios
by
wide
Hill.
open for three. No good.
Good job by Hill to find the cross-court pass right there.
Purcell passes it up to Martin for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Hill.
It's bad enough that the Owls have two players going from three-point land. It'd be
Moore,
bad if
nice
they let
little
a third
runner
get
off the
going.
board for two. Moore only with 5 points in this game.
Either chalk that up to the injury or chalk it up to the defense. Probably a lot of both.
Absolutely. Vital with the ball. Looking for Purcell and finds her. Passes it back to Martin. Jumper inside the three-point line is no good. Martin, however, comes up with the wrong rebound. Back to Purcell for three. No good.
It'll be the Owls' ball still. Even when they do box out, they're not holding the ball.
Unfortunately, it looked like Ayala and Hill were trying to box out each other.
Yeah. That's pick-up basketball stuff right there. Gotta Gotta weed that out before the tourney.
Purcell drives in, passes down low to Cobra, gets it and one.
The block is hot tonight, folks. The block is hot.
So Cobra will be at the line shooting one. Shot is up and is good. Now Gonzalez with it. Gonzalez finds Real. Real back to Moore. Moore tries to pass cross court. Good job by Williams getting a hand on it. But Gonzalez does come up with it. Ayala, open jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Cobra, who pushes it up to Purcell.
Hill down on the
Devin
floor
Hill
here,
is down.
really shaken up. Seems to be something with her shoulder, at least it looks like right now.
And we absolutely hope she's all right.
She's getting back up real fast under her own power, so that's good. She's heading to the bench, though.
Palladino will come in.
That's the first time she sat this game, correct? I believe so.
You might be right on that one.
Yeah.
And we obviously hope the best for Devin Hill.
So over on the side of the bench now with the athletic trainer.
Purcell with the ball. Beyond the three-point line, gets it up to Williams, who passes it down low to Cobra. Cobra through three people. Foul's going to be called on Cobra, I believe.
Yep, over the back right there.
Palladino will inbound. And Gonzalez with the ball.
Good crowd today, though, here at the Murray Center
That
on
it is.
Senior Day. Nice to see the stands at least half packed.
Gonzalez passes it up to Real. Gets it to Ayala. Shots blocked. Good timing by Williams. Moore passes it up to Palladino. Drives in. Shot no good. Rebound Martin. And Vital will bring it up.
Ayala, size-wise, is just about the only one on the court that can go head-to-head with these Owls players on the block, but you got to recognize that difference between how high those players are getting up to block your shot.
Vital steps back. Shot no good. Rebound Cobra.
Another
Goes
board.
up for two.
Board after board. We'll see after the game, obviously, but the offensive rebound numbers and the putback numbers, I don't think the Anchorwomen are going to want to hear them.
That'll put Cobra into double digits from 9 to 11 points. And offensive foul is going to be called on Real.
Nice thing to see, though, Devin Hill back on the bench. Sitting down under her own power, all that. Only spent a few minutes with the athletic trainer over there, so good to see her back up on her senior day. Maybe we'll see a couple more minutes from her.
And it looked like instead there was a travel call. Purcell for three. A little off.
Good defense
Rebound
by Moore.
comes down to Ayala. Foul's going to be called. The Cristofaro and Dumont will come into the game.
Probably the last we'll see of those of Colber and I forget the other girl's name, Petro, in the game here. They've done their work for the day.
The Cristofaro, a little runner for two.
Nice shot right there. You would have thought the Anchormen with their other successes right down the middle in the paint would have been able to do that more during this game, but just haven't driven the ball towards the middle.
Martin passes it to Vital. Vital looking for somebody. Finds she. Gets it to the corner to Purcell. Drives in, now steps back out. Off the screen from Martin. It's going to be an offensive foul on Martin.
Pushing too much with the right elbow and the right shoulder right there on that play. Good call. Anchorwomen are now down exactly half the score of Keene. So
That they are. 54-27 the score.
At this point, try not to get doubled up. That's the idea of this game.
Dumont passes to Palladino into Ayala, back to Palladino. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound to Cristofaro, who kicks it to the corner to Dumont. Nice pass to Ayala. Ayala back to Moore. Moore steps into a three, no good. And good job by Palladino to secure the rebound. Dumont goes up for two.
Finally, a great play in the paint. Good offensive rebound and way to find the open player.
Purcell with the ball. Moves right side, now goes back left. To Sheehy. Back to Purcell for three. No good.
It's gone cold here. Unfortunately, now it's in time that really isn't all that significant. So it's unfortunate for the Anchorwomen that they're not able to capitalize on Purcell's cold streak.
Foul's going to be called on Purcell. McPadden will come back in. Devin Hill will also check back in for the Anchorwomen.
Hill shaking her head, but his last 4 minutes and 35 seconds of your regular season career as an Anchorwoman, you need to come in and just bring some life.
First is up and good from Moore. Rhode Island College now in the bonus.
Can hear a lot of go Devons going on right about now, all around the arena, from her own bench, from the stands. So
Second
people
is up and
excited
no
to see her
good.
back in.
Palladino comes up with a rebound, gets it back to Moore. Moore to Palladino, fakes the three, now steps in and passes it down to Hill. Hill almost loses the ball, not before foul is called.
This recent string of offensive rebounds for the Anchorwomen shows you how important Petro and Culver were down low on the block. Without them in the game, they're susceptible. So they're going to be important to keep going when Keene State gets to the tournament and maybe even further.
First is up from Hill and is no good, in and out. Second is up and is good. And now McPadden with it. Passes up to Vital. Vital hands it off to McPadden. Martin calling for it and has it. Drives baseline. Foul's going to be called on Dumont.
Martin had a little bit of a push off there, but obviously call was there before that, so that's where it swings.
McPadden, deep three, no good. Rebound Hill.
She's wearing the shooter's sleeve for a reason. She's ready to shoot at all times.
Moore calling for it. Gets it to Palladino instead, who fakes the three, now gets it back down to Hill. Shot no good. And good play by Dumont, but she loses it out of bounds. 3:53 to go in the game. 54-31 the score in favor of the Owls. And McPadden will bring it up. She hands it off to Vital. Vital, top of the key, drives in right side.
Kicked ball,
They're
I
gonna
think.
call it kicked ball.
Yeah,
Didn't look like it went off anybody's
I
foot
must have
from
missed
here.
something there.
Also missed something.
My eyesight must be failing me. Maybe it's the other way around, though. I'd like to think it's the other way around at 20 years old. I hope my eyesight
never
isn't
know.
failing me.
You just never know. 3:39 to go in the game. 54-31 the score.
Well, they whittled their way back. Not much, but they've whittled their way back enough.
They have cut it to a 23-point lead. I believe it was up as many as 29 at one point. And not much you can really take away from this game. They just look tired. They look disillusioned.
For
like they
Anchor
don't know what
TV
they're
and
gonna do.
WXIN, there's not much we could take away, but Keene State, they could take a lot away.
That they can.
We can't take too much away from the Anchorwomen's game here. Besides, so you need to bring a different level of intensity. The Owls just from the get-go, from tip-off. They wanted it more. And they're getting it by a lot right now.
And Sheehy inbounds to McPadden, who gets it to Williams inside the three-point line. Jumper no good. Rebound Moore. And Moore pushes up to Palladino. He gets it down to the corner to Hill. Hill looking for somebody, finds Dumont. Dumont back to Hill. Fakes the three again. Now takes it. No good.
Real off-balance shot right there. Too much shaking around. That wasn't set at all for Hill.
Jumper no good from Martin from the corner. Hill comes down with the rebound and gets it up to Moore. Moore passes to Palladino. Jumper is no good. And no rebounding at all from the Anchor women.
Not at all. Not even there. There's no bodies underneath the hoop to get those.
Vitale passes it out. Now they move it around Sheehy. Back to McPadden. She drives in the paint, now passes back out. Martin passes out to Williams. Williams, shot no good, but ends up in a nice pass down low to Sheehy. Not sure if that was supposed to be a pass or not.
That was a shot for sure. Left hook right there. Williams has had to rush pretty much all of her shots. Can tell that she's more of a rebounder than an offensive-minded player for sure.
2 seconds on the shot clock. And they're going to call the shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
Palladino inbounds 2 more. 2.5 remaining in the game. And of course, if you're listening, stick around for the second game between the Anchormen and the Keene State Owls.
Should be a good game for sure.
That it will be. Hill at the line. First is up and good.
And of course, I saw him walking around with a Keene State jacket. I don't know what that's all about, but Tariki Carter's in the building today. One of the all-time greats here at Rhode Island College.
Absolutely. Second is up and also good.
Could be a coach. I'll have to look at the assistant coach roster.
Vitale with the ball. Up near the top of the key, moves left side. Sheehy passes it back to Martin and back to Vitale. Vitale passes to McPadden. Little runner is no good. Rebound Palladino, who gets it up to the Cristofaro. Who nearly loses the ball. Now she drives in, passes it back out to Hill, fakes the three, now steps back, takes the three. Well short. Rebound comes down to Dumont. And good pass from Palladino to Hill for 2.
Good slide down for Hill there to go on the left side.
And great play, heads up play by De Cristofaro to come up with the ball.
Here's the life now in the Anchorwoman. It's coming.
Palladino shots no good. Rebound comes down to Hill, who gets it out to Moore. Wide open for 3, knocks it down. Vitale.
Unfortunately, you have to say in a situation like this, where was this earlier in the game?
Looks like McNeil and Kreidler would both check in for the Owls.
First time in the game for both of them.
54-38 the score.
You also have St. Pierre checking in for them, another freshman.
So it looks like we'll see the full second team for Keene State for this last minute of play. We'll take a short break and then we'll be bringing you the second game between the Anchormen and the Owls.
You know what music this is, Mike? I
What's
don't know
that?
what this is. I'm not sure. I like it. I could groove to it, man.
So we'll see De Cristofaro, Dumont, Palladino, Moore, and Hill on the floor for the Anchorwomen. Kreidler to inbound. And she finds McNeil, St. Pierre she finds, and De Cristofaro picks it off, Goes up, open layup, no good.
Story of the day for the Anchorwomen.
And now to Christopher. Gets that one to go, and we get to the line.
That first miss, though, is the story of the day for the Anchorwomen, unfortunately.
It was.
They're closing the gap pretty fast, but 53 seconds. Actually, 54.2 on the scoreboard.
Shot is up and no good. Rebound came down to McNeil. And she gets it up.
Trying to get a freshman a point here, probably.
Trying to pass to St. Pierre was Kreidler, and it was no good. Phillips will now finally check back into the game for Hill.
Could have used her a while ago, to be honest with you. Could have used that height down on the boards. But nice to see Devin Hill go out to a round of applause. Last regular season game. Actually, probably her last game here at the Murray Center.
That it is.
Yes, it is.
Moore with the ball. Left side to DeCristofaro. DeCristofaro drives in. Draw the foul.
And, offensive was called there, actually.
Not sure I agree with that one. Had an obstructive use, so I didn't see the call. I did see the defender was not set. So I figured, you know,
probably why St.
must
Pierre
be a blocking
got hurt.
foul.
Yeah.
Kreidler passes it up to St. Pierre.
Unfortunately, you can't make the excuse that bad officiating is the reason that the Anchorwomen are where they're at right now.
No, it is not. Kreidler passes it back and passes it around to Vital. Vital for three. No good. Kreidler, no good. Good play by Dumont.
A lot of hustle and heart in her right there on this final play.
3.4 seconds to go. And this play should just about wrap it up.
Hopefully they'll hold no shot, and yes they will.
They do, and the final score is Keene State University 54, Rhode Island College 40. And Nick, what can you take away from this?
I could take away that the Anchorwomen need a little bit of a reality check as they go into the tournament right here. They need to get that energy boost. They need to bring a different level of intensity, that's for sure.
That they do.
This is not going to work in the tournament.
And of course, we will be joined momentarily by Devin Hill, and then of course Coach Senecal. Tournament will begin February 23rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Anchorwomen will enter the
And
conference as the seventh.
it is to be announced where that will be. My guess will be Eastern Connecticut.
Are we sure yet who we're playing as far as the Anchorwomen, who they're playing in the first round?
Not just
sure
yet, but it looks like it could well be Keene State.
It's going to be a tough one.
That it is.
If you're leaving us, thank you very much for attending, and thank you for your support this season. Please arrive home safely. Enjoy your day. The men's half of today's doubleheader will begin in approximately.
We'll have Devin Hill
20
coming
minutes.
by. Very emotional moment for her, obviously.
How you doing, Devin?
And Nick, will send it down to you.
All right. I'm Nakasa with Anchor TV, and I'm here with Devin Hill here on her senior day. Congratulations, Devin, on a great career here at RIC. I know it's not the way you wanted to go out. I know it's a tough atmosphere, especially to go into the tournament with the loss, but what do you take away from today? You know, as far as a career, as far as having your family here, everybody's here, lots of signs for you. You get to go off with a round of applause. It's still great. What do you take away from it?
I mean, on a basketball standpoint, I think it just kind of opened up our eyes that we're not going to get handed anything. So I don't know if hopefully that everyone looked at this game and took it as when we come into the tournament, most likely we're going to be playing Keene State again. So we just need to make adjustments to whoever we do get, and we just need to know that we have to work hard every single minute, and it's not just going to get handed to us. So hopefully everyone understands that.
What specific adjustments do you feel like your team needs to make as far as when you go against Keene State this next time? What did you pick up this time that you guys really need to pay attention to and adjust?
It's just the little things. We know that Keene State's a great shooting team, and we're not getting out on shooters. Boxing out, we knew that they had some big girls in there that we're looking to get boards, and we didn't even do anything to try to prevent that from happening. So just little things that are just, I think it's kind of effort. So I don't know, it's definitely something that we can make adjustments to, but everyone has to be on the same page.
All right, well, congratulations on a great 4 years. Congratulations on 750 points.
Thank you.
Great having Devin Hill. All right, we'll be right back with Coach Senegal.
Thank you very much, Devin, and congratulations on a great career. And Nick, what else can you take away?
Intensity. Different level of intensity must be needed.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm going to break it down to. It's, you can always break down games to one word.
That you can.
And that's the way it needs to be broken down.
Of
For
course.
sure, the Owls are a great team, but we saw it there. There are certain tendencies that they have that they gave away that the Anchorwomen are going to be able to pick up on next time if they pay close attention.
Absolutely. Little East Conference quarterfinals will be February 23rd, semifinals will be February 26th, and the finals will be on February 27th. All those times and destinations will be to be determined, to be announced, whatever way you want to put it. And we'll have Coach Senecal coming by.
It's the other way. There you go. All right. Sorry about that. It seems like that's the way the game went, the reverse way you wanted to go, basically.
Exactly.
So you guys are probably going to be facing Keene State in the tournament for the first game.
Okay.
What do you guys feel like you need to change from today? Intensity, certain sets of defense?
You saw the players at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know, the way they played with some intensity.
Yeah.
You know, we need everybody to do that.
Yeah.
But we can't turn the ball over.
Right.
You know, we can't turn the ball over, and we got to find a way to get, you know, Alex more shots. We got to find a way to get Devin free. So that's something we'll have to work on, you know, on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what has to be done.
As far as down low on the block, what would be your plan? As far as putting more players down the block more often, maybe running a 2-3, that sort of thing on offense?
I'm gonna have to give some thought. I'm thinking maybe we'll go big.
Yeah.
You know, shock some people.
Yeah.
And go big.
They were really tough down low,
Yeah, they
for
are.
sure.
They're big, they're strong, they're physical. You know, we told the girls that, you know, they're going to be physical, they're going to bang you, they're going to hurt you. You know, I mean, not on purpose,
Right.
but they're going to hit you. They're going to bang you. You got to play through it, and you got to give it back. But we didn't give it back.
As far as setting the pace of the game, they seem to come out and run the floor right away.
Sure they
and
did.
kinda,
Sure they did. You know, and you know, they scored a couple easy baskets. We give up a three and then a layup. You know, and it was just, you know, we had a good shoot around. I thought the energy was there, but it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
You know, we do well. We beat UMass Dartmouth. We go to Southern Maine and lay an egg.
Yeah.
We come back home and we beat Western Connecticut. Come out tonight, lay an egg. So maybe on Tuesday,
We'll sway back.
let's lay back.
Well, hopefully. All right, thanks, Coach, for joining us.
Thank you
Good
very
luck
much.
in the
Thank
Little
you.
East Conference.
Thank you.
Tough game today for the Anchorwomen, but hopefully they'll bounce back in the Little East tournament and be able to swing right back as Coach was talking about.